And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Hey, come on. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball.
And they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. That is incomplete.
Foles pass, thrown away and incomplete. It's now 3rd down and 14.
Well, certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Under.
Check 3.
Purple 64.
Check. Fresno.
Let's go.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to go deep for Conley. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at about the 32. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. That's Greatestkingai3 with a sack.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I'd say that qualifies as a pretty darn good opening series. Get them into 3rd and long, get them out of their comfort zone, and guess what? Get your crowd into it early, too.
On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Back deep for the Jags, D.D. Westbrook. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That, too.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
17-yard line.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Check 37.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. Well, it was second and long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Let's go, great.
Check. 3 down.
Hey, solid one.
Foles. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Thought they were going to force a fourth down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
Here's Foles. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. The end result, 21 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
Now Foles. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
50's the mic.
On play action, they'll throw. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Frank Clark picks up his second sack of the afternoon. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a third and long after that sack.
Tight end run. Hey, we got 3 down.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On second down, Williams. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. They're facing a tough spot, 3rd and 8 here to start things out. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know. Defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that.
And it's complete to Kelsey. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve. that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
A reminder, coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, that's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut, and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Joker.
Deeper. Yeah, go, let's go.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. And it's 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
On 2nd and 10, Foles.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives. And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football. The throw right sideline here is complete. The ball comes out, and the Jags grab it.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 21-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
36. Check.
Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
He's going to look deep down the field. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
Come on, fellas.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
They go play action here on first down. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Frank Clark getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon. After the sack on first down, Foles. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Jaguars on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be third and a mile. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
And now here comes Kansas City. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
Remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Attack!
Second and 5 now. Mahomes caught. Kelsey left side. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On first down, Mahomes. Flush to his right. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start the second half here with Williams. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll cut it to the right sideline. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Damian Williams, 75 yards. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Go, go, go.
I got
Easy, easy.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Get him.
Kill.
Go with 5-3. Go with 5-3.
Watch the shit. Hey, watch the
What is it?
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Frank Clark. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Under.
Sponge.
Hayden Cole.
Check 24.
Silent.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. Look at the spin. He'll have a first. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Check out.
Hey, 57.
44. Hey, pick your game up. 44 is Mike. Check.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 11 yards there, 1st down. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he loses the football a second time. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Chiefs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is third down and 12. To throw, it's Mahomes. And Robinson with a big catch. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Yellow, yellow. There's a blue lady.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the Jaguars' 6-yard line.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass, and the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go. Over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Get up, get up, get up.
He finds an opening past the 40. And now look at him go. Touchdown, Jaguars. Leonard Fournette, 71 yards. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. Josh Lambo now for the point after. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Carlos Hyde in the game. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
On 2nd down, Hyde. They find some up, and I think the ball's out. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. They go play fake. Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
Set. 380.
50 to Mike. 50 to Mike. Tackles.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tyrann Mathieu, normally known for the pass coverage, this time a sack. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Foles steps away to his left. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
3 down.
Hey, Echo.
You.
Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Deuce. Hatchet.
They'll set up to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. From the gun, it's Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Buying time to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Mahomes can sling it, but the feet are nimble too as he scrambles for a 1st down. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Now Mahomes' throw complete to his tight end, Kelsey. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Check. Hey, they scared. They alpha. Bobo to Mike. Mike's Bobo.
Throwing again on second down. Mahomes. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Marcel Darius flies in at 331 pounds for the sack. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Back to the ground. This time it's Hyde. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Back to throw. Mahomes. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. They go back to the ground with Williams. He will push his way down to about the 14. Greatestkingai3 in on the stop.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Mahomes going to throw it here. This is caught. And he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. But now I'm listening to you. So for Kansas City, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Oakland to take on the Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, dog.
This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know when Mace, Poss, and Dave win. Still
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Heads up. Ladies.
51. Double dog. That's the way. Check 52.
93, 52, 93, 44, 44. There you go. Regular. Goal.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. This one complete to Ingram. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? They were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. It just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
To throw again on 2nd down. Dalton. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards there. First down.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
For that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that. But you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
First down, Giants.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go, kid.
59. Mike 59.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
All day, baby, all day. Kill.
Here's carry number 1 for Kenneth Dixon. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant, and they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Eric Kendricks, the Vikings' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Alert, alert, alert. Hey, alert, alert. Slam. Bang, 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 bang.
On second down, it's Dixon. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. The tally there, minus 2 yards. Brings up third down.
2 yards. It's 3rd and 9.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Rosen off the play action. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
With it is Jackson. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10.
All right, T, let's go. All right, T. 59 mark, 59 mark. Check, check, 59.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Looking to throw again on second down. Dalton. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Whitney Merciless showing no mercy. Flies in for the sack.
3rd and long.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
After the penalty, it's Ingram. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. Now Greg Joseph for the field goal try. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
54. I got it.
Throwing now, Rosen on first down. And Philip Dorsett holds it in. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
They go play action here on first down. Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
To throw again on second down. Rosen. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
From the red zone now, here's Rosen on first down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. 2nd and 10 now. It's Rosen. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. In that time for the sack, say hello to Chandler Jones.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Alert, alert, alert. Watch the whip. Hey, quarter.
3rd and long here for Rosen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Play action now. Dalton. Going for the deep ball. It got his man complete. And they finally get him down at the other 46. A big play there for the Giants. 47 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Well-timed effort by Darius Slay, a sack on the corner blitz.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. It led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Yeah, that time the tackle by Malik Hooker.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Ooh, with a juke. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. They'll run on first down. It's Grant. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They go back to Grant. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Eric Kendricks, the Vikings' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on third. Now it's Rosen. And Tate's got it. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Well, that'll get him the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Rosen will throw. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him.
And the pressure gets to him again. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
From the gun on third down, it's Rosen. It's brought in left side by Tate. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a big third down conversion with a gain of 28.
Hey, you got to get moving, man. Man moving. You got to get that.
Here's Rosen. Rush coming, and he's taken down. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The Cowboys on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Hard. 57's the mic. Watch 57.
Hey, Delta.
57's the mic. 57's the mic. You get blocked me.
From the gun, it's Rosen. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Allen, the intended receiver. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Andy Dalton. This one to the left to Higbee. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Play action here with Dalton. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Tyler Higbee, 28 yards. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Don't get nervous. Check safety, check safety. Alert.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Rosen again on 2nd and 10. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line.
Well, that's something you haven't had to talk about much this game. A nice big play right there. But this team, overall, they haven't done a whole lot offensively.
Well, they're still sitting on the goose egg. We talk about defenses having pride in a shutout. This offense wants to get rid of that 0.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot. Not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Deshaun Hand able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Hug.
To throw is Rosen. will be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Me and you. It's just alert. Me and you. Hey, check. Mike 57. Mike 57.
They're going on 4th down. Rosen. And that's complete to Lewis. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. And partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern in the middle of the end zone.
And ordinarily, that's a tough spot to find because there's usually coverage to take away that portion of the field. But they found a gap, and they exploited it.
Extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Dalton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, good move. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Dalton right back on the horse after the pick 6. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie.
Hey, Haywood. Hey, 25.
To try again after the sack. Dalton. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. A gain of 3, second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. So now Dalton. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Here's Matt Weil now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Now it's Tate. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10. On first down, Grant. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. This is Grant. And he cuts it right sideline. The 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And the kick by Butker is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. So it's not quite over yet, but you have to figure they pretty well got this one on ice now.
And Brandon, I'm trying to figure out how they remain so calm in these situations and then go out and execute, because I'm up here shaking like a leaf, and I wasn't the one who had to make that kick.
They look calm, but I bet if you had a heart rate monitor on them, it'd be up in the 300s right now.
Hands up. Lead.
Dalton wants to throw. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. It's do or die for Dalton. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Cowboys, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.